So guess where we are, everyone? That's right, that's Big Ben up there. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of scaffolding and they're doing renovations or restorations, I should say, on it. Yeah, this is really cool. Citizen Rissa and I are in London. I wouldn't say there's lots of great food, but there are things to eat, such as fish and chips, and I think we're about to get some of that right now. We're about to walk across the river to go to the restaurants and different things over there, but that is the London Eye, that famous Ferris wheel that we always see in just about every single movie. Right across the river is good old Big Ben. I wish it didn't have a whole bunch of stuff all over it, but it's still, you know, still amazing to see, honestly. Just being in a whole other country. This is Citizen Rissa's and I's first time ever going out of country. So it's kind of awesome to go out of country with my wife. So as you guys see this video, I hope you like it. We have a couple of different cool spots to check out, such as Stonehenge and Oxford and other stuff. So I hope you guys like it. So far it's interesting for us. The house, I believe it's called the House of Commons. Oh, just kidding. Okay, that's Parliament. Or maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing? House of Commons and then Parliament? I don't know. You guys know we're not from here. I'll have to Google it. But we're walking across the bridge. So we were told not to actually take a taxi here just because they've been having a lot of protests in this area. So we were told that it could take, for climate change, we were told that it might take a really long time for us to get here. And it already takes a long time. Just riding along, we've noticed, you know, that it takes forever to get to places. I mean, it's so ridiculous, y'all. There's nothing out in Texas like it. And just to kind of give y'all an idea, like how many people are here, we were told that they have like 9 million residents here in London alone. So that's how, you know, that's a higher population than New York. So it's a lot of people. I mean, a lot of bikes. It's so many bikes. And when I say bikes, I mean like bicycles and a ton of motorcycles too, though. It's just wild, but really cool. Just takes so long to get to places. I mean, I think it was like 45 minutes just to get kind of here, but I don't know, it's definitely worth it to be able to see such iconic things. I mean, look at that background. We probably won't be able to actually go here during the day, guys, just because of how our days are structured, but it is really nice just being able to come out here still, even if it's at night, just to see it. So we just got inside the castle grounds, everyone. It's really old. Obviously it's really old, but some more walking of the castle. It's hard to tell from here. Oh, Citizen Rissa! It's hard to tell, but it is so big. I mean, it's really big. It's crazy. One of the things the tour guide told us, guys, was that these are slits in the castle wall so that we can, or so that they could shoot like arrows back in the day. That's kind of neat. It's a beautiful garden area. So as you all see, here is a guard member walking towards us. We were told that only members from the the front line are able to be a part of this guard. So the castle was built on a hill so that they can see surrounding areas, not only for beauty but for safety's sake as well, so that in case there was an approaching army or anything, they could actually see them and spot them from a distance. We're at one of the walls, and as you can see, we're looking down on the town.
Excuse me, sir.
This one.
Put the camera away now.
So just popped back out of the castle. I was told to put my phone away, so I actually did not even get to really film anything inside of the actual like castle, any of the rooms, but it's really amazing. It's extremely ornate. Citizen Rissa and I were just kind of like really amazed. I mean, there's just certain things in there that you just kind of just stare at or want to stare at. Because of time's sake, we can't really do that. But Citizen Rissa was like, man, you can stare at like a doorknob for like 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, that's true. We definitely will have to come back to London just to see a lot of different things, honestly. I mean, this, as you can imagine, a city this old, a country this old and historic has a lot to see, and we've in this past day or so we have barely scratched, I wouldn't even say we scratched the surface, honestly. So we're definitely gonna have to come back out here and visit and tour. Right now I am walking up to the chapel, and as you guys can see, once again, no video. We're coming up to St. George's Chapel though, but no video, so I can't even like act like we're walking down the aisle. But this is where Meghan and Prince Henry got married. Yeah, too bad you guys can't kind of see this with us. Okay, everyone, just left the chapel. Citizen Rissa and I even said a quick prayer in there, so we can say that we said a prayer inside a royal chapel. It was kind of awesome. More of the area. Make sure I don't get ran over. There is a ton of security here. A lot of people making sure that you're not filming or just doing anything outrageous. It's really cool seeing the knight's armor and different things. We were told that this castle is actually really in use. Like the Queen actually comes here a lot, basically every weekend, just to kind of hang out and chill. There is a flag. Oh, well, can't really show you from here, but there is a flag that is up that basically says the Queen is here. If she's not here, there's like a regular British flag. Unfortunately, it's not up, which means that she is not here, but it's okay. It's still amazing. Catch you guys at the next spot, Stonehenge. So right now we're in a small little area where you can get just different snacks and just lots of little random shops. It's really neat how it's set up. It's very quiet here. You'll find a lot of places, in at least for what we found, is that a lot of places are very quiet, not very loud. Even their music is typically kind of, you know, chill and relaxed. On the roads, you don't hear like any honking, which is really weird. Most people, we're told, like do not like to actually use their horn. If they do use their horn, they're extremely angry. So now we're in a cafe right outside of Windsor Castle. Warmed up now, please. All their pastries and everything look amazing. Food is not expensive here. A lot of things, obviously their money is worth more than ours in America. So at times it's like, oh, this is only $2. And I was like, oh snap, just kidding, you know, $2.50 or something like that. But it's still all right. It's reasonable at least. So up next, we're going to go to Stonehenge. That is the rock formation out here in England that everyone wants to see. I hope it's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of like some rocks, but I mean, the lady's trying to give us history, but unfortunately, like, there's no real history on it, so everything is kind of speculation for the most part. They said that it's about 5,000 years old and that it, you know, finally got completed like 3,000 BC or something like that. So I don't know. Hopefully it's cool. Driving through the countryside on our way out here was really good. But I ended up falling asleep, so I didn't even get to film all of it or any of it. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, hopefully these stones are cool. Okay, everyone. So you get dropped off at a bus stop. Then you have to walk up to the actual monuments. But you can't actually walk into the little circle. You can't even actually really touch them. You kind of have to be on the outside of it, which I guess like that kind of makes sense for preservation reasons. I heard back in the day you can actually go up there and touch them and even chisel some of it away. And as you can imagine, after a while there wouldn't be anything left for anyone else, so they stopped that. But they're big. Citizen Rissa and I are kind of afraid like that it would be really small and kind of disappointing, but even from this far away it looks pretty big. There's other formations out here that kind of all belong to this this monument, I guess you can call it. But the most popular thing obviously is the stones that are put together over here. I mean, even from here they look pretty big. I wish we can go up and touch them, but obviously we were told that we can't. So this is as close as we get to get. Let me zoom in for you guys. Maybe a little bit. So something that we notice is that there's like a highway that kind of goes right past Stonehenge actually. So if you don't have the time for a tour, or you just don't feel like spending the money, but you have the time but you just don't feel like spending the money, and you just feel like it's kind of just a pile of rocks, literally you can go from like this road and kind of just pass it. You still get a decent glimpse of it. I mean, it'll be brief, but if you slow down enough, you can definitely get some decent pictures off. Little Stonehenge hack. So our guide told us during the winter solstice, this rock right here kind of acts as like a marker. Basically, like, I guess once the sun starts to rise, it, like at the very, very beginning, when it first peaks over this rock, it sends like a literal beam of light basically right through the center of this structure. And she said, I mean, she said it's dead on, not a centimeter more to the left or to the right, just dead on. So they believe that this works as some type of calendar / clock. Obviously, we're out here in October, so we don't really get to see exactly what they were talking about, but she said there's a giant festival, or celebration, I should say, that goes on, which would be kind of cool to see. I mean, we wouldn't fly out to London just for that, but that would be neat to see if we're out here during that time. So, this is Stonehenge from the road view that I was talking about earlier.
And actually, this afternoon it's turning into a really beautiful day. And you can see from here the vertical stone that has the bump on the top. So we come forward a little bit more. So remember I mentioned that it's kind of like Lego, where you cut the stone down to create a bump. And then you put a stone on top that's got a hole on, big enough for the bump.
If you just want to be able to see, if you want to be able to see Stonehenge with without
So
actually
remember
taking a
those
tour
long
or
vertical stones, the
paying
ones
or anything like that. You
horizontal,
can literally see
all
it
of
from the
them would have
road.
been exactly the same. More quickly than a coach being pulled by horses.
So now we're in the town of Oxford. Whenever we hear Oxford, we always think of the college or the university, as they call them here. But
now most of these canal
it's
systems are
actually
used for recreation.
a city of like 150,000 residents.
And you'll see lots of bike seats
And
left.
Oxford
That's
University
because
is
it's the
actually
main
broken up
way
in multiple
students get around.
colleges, all under the
There's quite a few
umbrella
roads in the
of
centre
being called
that,
Oxford,
you can't actually
but
drive
it's
through.
like a college of
So
this,
students
college
coming out
of
their
that.
colleges going from
Very
one place to the
interesting.
next, they're usually on their bicycle.
But
And
as you
here's
guys
the
can
so
see,
this is the
we
business department.
this is the business
So if you're studying
department
at Oxford University
of
and you have taken
Oxford.
on business, let's say there was a green sticker on top of every building that related to Oxford University. If you flew over the city, you would see just a multitude of green stickers everywhere.
We were just told that this is the spot where Mary Tudor burned 3 men at the stake in the middle, well, in this area. There's a law that allows for nothing to actually be done on that spot. This was created back in the late 1600s. This is where everyone graduates from. So we were just told that this room is actually where, on Harry Potter 1 and 2, the infirmary, the hospital area, this is where it was filmed. And then I guess the library scenes were up there, up at the top level. But yeah, I've never watched any of the Harry Potter movies, don't judge me, so I don't know. It wasn't as great to me, but it is kind of cool that something was filmed here. This is a statue of King James I holding the King James Bible. The first, or one of the first King James Bibles are actually held within this college, which is really cool. I prefer New King James myself, but King James is alright. So I walk out and it's so cool. I can't imagine going to college here. Like, I would just be so distracted all the time, just looking at the buildings. So right next to this church, this is actually not a cathedral, but this is a church. Right there at this White House is where C.S. Lewis used to live, the creator of Chronicles of Narnia. So whenever you're here, you'll see a ton of double-decker buses, but very few of them are actually open-ended like this. In this Oxford area, there are just so many shops and different things. I wish we had more time. We don't. There's actually a mall in there, which is random. You can't even tell because this is architecture like everything else, but I love this area. Alright everyone, we're leaving London now. We are trying to find our seat. This is a huge train station, but yeah, we're leaving London. We are on our way to Paris as soon as we find where we're supposed to be sitting.